Good morning. Welcome to North Dakota today. I hope everyone is excited because Christmas weekend is almost here.
It's getting very, very close. Apparently, we found out this morning there's only two things that Kristi needs to be happy. Do you want to?
And what are they?
One, Christmas music, and I'll let you say number two because I don't want you to get mad at me.
Two, holding babies.
Oh, okay. She got that a little bit more clarity. Yeah. I was like...
Okay, last night I went to church and we got to sing some of my favorite songs. We got to sing What Child Is This? We sang Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and I got to hold a baby during church, so I was just in heaven. I was like, oh, this is the best ever.
And did you pray to baby Jesus? Oh, baby Jesus.
Oh,
Thank
baby
you,
Jesus. It was a little boy. It was a cute little boy.
Today we're going to talk about why physical activity can better your child's healthy growth, also their well-being, their mental capacity, all those good things.
Right, and the Otter Tail County is celebrating a very big birthday, 150 years old, and you're invited to the birthday party. Everyone's invited to the birthday party. You're invited, you're invited, you're invited. You're invited.
They're giving away cars, all kinds of good stuff, so we'll see. Just kidding. Let's get to our... Okay, thanks for the weather, Lisa. That was great. Thank you very much for the weather forecast. Let's talk about... She's not having it.
He's skipping you because he doesn't want to hear what's happening.
She's like, huh?
That's what's going on.
I don't know what's going on over there.
Oh my gosh, these numbers are like la 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 la.
I know. Well, the snow is done, so now it's cleanup time. So at least hopefully as we progress through the day, it'll get a little bit easier to get around in areas. But I do want to show you some of our snowfall reports. This came in from one of our viewers, Veronica, from the rural Hatton area. If you could see the ruler there, she measured almost 9 inches of snow that fell in the Hatton area. And other places in that region, 8 to 9 inches from another viewer. Northwood, also not far away at 9 inches. So that was kind of the bullseye for the heaviest snow. And we continue to get reports in. Here are just a couple more. Mayville had about 5.5. And Fargo-Moorhead, we had between 3 to 3.5 inches of snow. I had somebody mention around 52nd Avenue South, I believe, that they had closer to 5 inches in that area. So a little variable in and around the metro, but certainly some of us got a lot more than others. And as a result of the fresh snow and that system moving out and colder air moving in, temperatures are pretty brutal this morning. We're at 3 below in Fargo, 10 below in Grand Forks, 15 below in Langdon and in Devil's Lake, and 11 below in Vedette. So a cold start to our day. The wind is not terrible, but even a little bit of wind at those numbers makes it feel colder. And a couple of us in the southeastern part of the state of North Dakota, we're looking at some areas of wind into the teens, and that could cause a little drifting, a little blowing snow in those regions. And we do have visibility down to 8 miles here in Fargo right now. In Devil's Lake, in Bemidji, also some lower visibilities there. In fact, we're down to a 1/4 mile in both of those locations. So not every place doing okay. And we'll gradually see things get a little bit better for us here in the valley. We do have some clouds to the south. And as we expand the view, if you need to make your holiday travels southward in the tri-state area, heading down I-29, you're eventually going to run into some snow on the way to Sioux Falls. There's a band of snow basically stretching along the I-90 corridor through South Dakota and southern Minnesota. Your hour-by-hour planner shows some clearing skies, some clouds trying to work their way out, and we'll get some more sunshine into the afternoon for places that don't get to see it right now. And in that region will be a little milder too. The rest of us, though, it's just going to be a struggle to get to 10 degrees today. So a frigid day throughout the day, and at least the wind is light and we've got some bright sunshine to help, I guess, cheer us up a little bit. I don't know. But today, Harry, this is good news. We talked about this a couple of days ago, that it's the winter solstice today. So we get our least amount of daylight on this date, but we've reached the bottom, so we're going to be working our way back out of this now and get longer days to help brighten things up. And tomorrow we warm back up for a little bit. Those clouds roll in, a few snow showers during the day. It should be very light, but still a little snow might hamper your drive or your plans to head out to your holiday spots. Definitely want to pay attention to what's going on tomorrow, but temperatures are going to be milder. We'll get into the teens and some low 20s, so not so bad tomorrow. We hold off the cold air an extra day, so it looks like Sunday for Christmas Eve, we're going to be a little bit better off as far as temperatures are concerned. Still cold, still in the teens for highs, but it's not until Christmas Day now at this point. It looks like that's when we'll start to see that Arctic air plunge into the valley, and we'll have some changes.
Can you do that again?
Yeah.
Remember what you did?
We could blow it. You're
Yeah, you're blowing all that hot air, and you moved it back a day. Keep going.
Keep doing it.
I'll just keep standing outside in the cold, freezing my butt off, trying to push it away.
Thank you very much, LG.
You bet.
Well, the Bison headed back to Frisco, Texas. Are you going down?
No.
I'm not going down either.
No?
Shoot. Are you guys going down? I hope so.
Me too. Send us some pics.
But the national championship is going to be happening in January, and Valley News Live, of course, is going to be right there with them. We've got full team coverage happening with Valley News Live sports team. Of course, Beth Hool, Alex Egan, and the whole Bison football pregame crew is bringing you coverage from Frisco, Texas. So if you can't make it down there, that's okay. We have you covered. We'll even have the Proceed Pep Fest that you were talking about, that Friday night starting at 7 p.m. And then, of course, that goes right into game day on January 6th, which is, and James Madison. And that's, of course, going to be happening at Toyota Stadium for the FCS Championship game, which I'm so excited for.
This might be one of the best. I mean, they had the one game against Illinois State that went down to the wire, but this might be one of the best championship matchups that we've ever seen.
I'm excited for it. I like it when there's a challenge, but of course hoping for that the Bison pull through with the win. I want them to bring the trophy back home.
They've looked super solid in the playoffs. So be sure and join us. We'll take you all the way up there. Our team, I think, gets in Wednesday, so we'll have coverage from Wednesday all the way through the weekend. And again, the Pep Fest, if you ever haven't been a part of that, it is an incredible event. I was there last year, and we're going to have live coverage of that for you, the Proceed Pep Fest. So you get a chance to kind of get in the vibe, get ready for the game.
They should have sent us down there to party.
Exactly.
We like to party. we like to dance. Oh, yeah. We got to fight for the right to
I wish we had that video again. Because like, I'm pretty upset that you guys are wrecking the house parties here in the Hollywood Hills. It was epic.
That was terrible. Okay, speaking...
That was phenomenal. What do you mean it was terrible?
if I was sitting there being like, are you really arguing for more house parties? Grow up.
But remember how it built his confidence? He even had so much confidence he asked out, what did he say? The most popular girl in his class.
It helped me ask out the most popular girl to prom.
Even though she said no, but then I still went with whoever.
If you're lost at home, it's okay. You don't need to catch up. It's not worth your time.
No, it really actually is if you want a good laugh. I think he's going to run for president in 2020, so.
Okay, speaking of football, on to better things. Carson Wentz's success, of course, is being followed by many Eagles fans, and there's one special little boy who made a gingerbread man out of, well, of course, gingerbread, but he made it into the Eagles quarterback. Now, every Christmas, Chase and his mom make gingerbread houses, and this year he wanted to make a Wentz gingerbread man, especially after Wentz suffered, of course, his season-ending knee injury. Also, he wrote a letter to Santa. You can see it there. It says, "Dear Santa, get Carson better. Our Philly Christmas wish, love, Chase," which I think is just so adorable. And him and his mom did donate to Carson's foundation, the AO1, the Audience of One Foundation, too. And yeah, apparently this little boy had cried when Carson had gotten hurt. And it's just it's so cute though to see that he he really wanted him to do well. Isn't that
gingerbread man
okay?
Right there.
And I wanted to know, did he print the eagle on like one of those edible papers that can go through the printer with edible ink? That's really good. And then I like that they had him write the letter to it too, to
and then
Santa.
They had the AO1 on his little
feet.
I think he puts it on his shoes.
Because on his cleats, yeah, the little AO1s. I think that's really cute.
Man, Chase is paying attention.
And then did you see his little, so he had crutches on the side of him too.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
A day later, a response came written in red ink saying, "Have faith in fouls." So apparently Santa says, even though Carson can't play, you still should have faith in your team and your quarterback.
That was nice.
Yes, so Santa's always watching us.
He's always pulling through.
Today's Christmas fun facts are about one of my favorite Christmas movies, A White Christmas. Have you seen A White Christmas?
I'm sure I have it. It doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, if you haven't, Chris.
Who's in it?
Bing Crosby.
I don't know if I've seen that one then.
Rosemary Clooney. She's the one who's the really good dancer. The George Clooney's aunt. Okay, so here we go. Fun facts for the day. Bing and Danny dressed up as sisters was actually not part of the original script. Now, what happened was they were goofing around, and then the director found it so funny that he wrote it in. Oh, our song is Carol of the Bells, too, for the day,
Great
everyone.
song.
Apparently, the actors found it so hilarious and everyone was laughing that they decided to film it and put it into the script.
Nice.
Also, Vera Ellen, now she's in the movie. She is one of the sisters. She doesn't actually sing in the movie, but she can sure dance. She actually started dancing when she was a young girl. And there is a part where she's dancing with Danny about the best thing, dancing. Anyways, she's dancing and he accidentally trips her up, but she keeps going. And so if you are watching the movie, keep an eye out for that. At the very end, he kneels down. Also, there's some age differences. So between Betty Haynes, Rosemary Clooney, who's Rosemary Clooney, Vera Ellen's older sister in the movie, they're actually 7 years apart. So even though Rosemary Clooney plays the older sister, she was 7 years younger. And then between the men, Bing Crosby was actually 51 when this movie debuted. And so between him and his love interest, there was a 25-year age gap.
Wow.
And of course, it was a big box office success. It earned, back in the day, $12 million, which was one of the top earners. Second to The Cane Mutiny, which I've never heard of that movie. But
So if you had to pick a favorite Christmas movie, what would it be?
This one's really, really traditional, so I like that in that sense. But then I do like the feel-good, funny, the Clark Kent, you know, you got to do Christmas Vacation.
Elf, Christmas Vacation.
I love Elf just because it gives you so much spirit, but White Christmas just has so many good traditional songs, and it's just like that old-time classic, so you have to watch it. I love it.
Elf will be a classic, though.
Elf will be one that everyone will play for years to come.
Forever.
Hey, don't forget that we are helping take donations, not we, but we're partnering up with the Essentia Emergency Room Patient Supply Closet. So on our screen, it's locations that you can drop off clothes for emergency room patients. As we've talked about many times, when they come in, they can't leave in what they wore. So all of these businesses are taking donations of coats, hats,
whatever,
pants,
socks,
shirts,
underwear.
Even if you maybe have some donations of some stuffed animals, I know every now and then they take those too, just so that they can give them to the kiddos who have to come into the emergency room. And again, this is going on in through Christmas, but of course, if you want to donate after Christmas, maybe you don't have time before Christmas because you're going out of town, there will be some locations collecting even after Christmas as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out this video, getting some crash on ice bumper cars. I think this was Kristi and I this morning.
Was such a fun video.
I love this.
I had to make sure we showed it because we did bumper cars at the Red River Valley Fair together. And so this is apparently the very... New England is now the home to the first outdoor bumper car attraction in the country. Apparently their mayor is a huge fan of the carnival bumper cars, that he wanted something all year round, and there's only 2 others in the world that bumper boats are on ice. So
that's awesome.
It looks super fun. I think, come on, north of Normal, let's get some here, because we do the ice skating rinks outdoors. I think this would be super fun to have outdoors as well.
That is a great, where's that, at Providence, it said?
New England, and yeah, Providence.
That's right, nice. All right, stick around. We're going to talk about how to get your kiddos running around, get some exercise, and much, much more right after this.